Hello everyone, my name is Ikensik Mama Prosper Irene and I am here with another book summary. Welcome to today's podcast. Today I would like to share with you a fascinating story from an author who had an eye-opening experience while visiting Holy Trinity Orthodox Church in Palmer, Ohio. This church is an incredible example of how Orthodox Christian architecture and art can tell a powerful story, one that draws you into the heart of the gospel. Welcome back to the episode. We're still in our series on the book Everywhere Present, Christianity in a One-Story Universe. And this is actually the 7th episode, which is titled The Hallway at the End of the World. If you have not listened to the previous summaries or episodes, I advise you to stop here and go back and listen to them so that you know where we're coming from and where we're going to. With that being said, let's get right into the book summary. What's particularly unique about the church is a hallway that connects the main entrance to the parish hall. The entire hallway is one long, continuous icon depicting the book of Revelations. Imagine walking through a corridor where you're surrounded by vivid scenes from one of the most dramatic books in the Bible. Christ as a lamb on the throne, the 24 elders, and even the beast with 10 horns. The artwork is so immersive that the author describes it as if they were reading Revelations just by standing in the hallway. This experience got the author further thinking about his upbringing in Southern Evangelical Protestantism, where there was a strong focus on the end times. Back in the 50s and 60s, people were often anxious about world events like the Cold War, and those fears were tied to the apocalyptic pages from Revelation and Daniel. There was a sense that the end of the world could happen at any moment, and it shaped how many people understood their faith. But the Orthodox Christian view of this time and the end of the world is quite different. Instead of seeing time as a straight line leading towards a future, the end, Orthodox Christianity teaches that Christ is the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. This means the end isn't just something we are waiting for, it is already here in Christ. Wherever He is, the end has come. This idea ties into what is known as the one-story universe. It is a way of seeing the world where heaven and earth, the spiritual and material, and all are connected in the present moment. In this view, we are not just looking back at history or waiting for the future, we are living in the fullness of time with Christ right now. Think about that for a second. How often do we get caught up in the past or worry about the future? Whether it's regretting old mistakes or stressing about tomorrow, we tend to live outside the present, but the Orthodox perspective invites us to focus on the now. In Christ, the end of time is not some far-off event, but something that touches us here and now, especially in moments like prayer or the Eucharist, where heaven and earth come together. The author's experience in the icon-filled hallway at the Holy Trinity Church brought this truth to life. They realized that the vivid scenes from Revelation weren't just about a distant future. They were a reminder that Christ's presence is here today, in every moment, and that's something we can all relate to. Whether you're navigating a tough season in life or simply caught up in the busyness of daily routines, this idea of living in the present with Christ can be transformative. So what does this mean for us? It is a reminder to slow down and be more mindful of the present instead of being consumed by what already happened or what might happen. We can embrace the idea that Christ, the Alpha and Omega, is with us in every moment. And when we do that, we start to see our lives, our struggles, our joys, and everything in between in a new light. I hope this episode encourages you to think differently about time and fate, rather than living in fear of the future or being weighed down by the past. We are invited to live in the fullness of today, where Christ is present, making all things new. Thanks for listening. Be sure to tune in for our next episode where we'll continue exploring this book. For questions and suggestions and the written form of this summary, you could reach us at christianbooksummaries1@gmail.com. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. God bless you and see you in the next episodes.